Hey guys, Gary J here. Got a project to do today on the Goldwing. Something I hate to do, but I don't really have a choice about it, and that is to replace my windshield. Nothing wrong with this windshield as far as the windshield itself, and this is the tallest windshield that you can buy, from the very top right here all the way down to the trim line right here is 34 inches. So, it's even longer than that when it comes down through here. But 34 inches from here all the way up to the end. And the width of it's 30.5 inches across. And you can look at the windshield. It's clear. It's in really good shape. And I take good care of it. But the problem is, and this is the Tulsa Enterprise. Again, the largest windshield I think that you can possibly buy. And these are really hard to find these days. But the problem that I'm having is, one, I can't look around the windshield. It's so wide. I can't look over the top of it because I got it so high. And what happens to me is that it fogs up. When I get in, like in a bad thunderstorm or something, it fogs up on the inside and I can't really see very well. Now, I can take a rag and wipe it. It depends on what kind of rain you're in and stuff. But fogging up is a real problem. I've been in about 3 different situations where it fogged up on me, and those were dangerous situations to be in when you can't see through your windshield. And so in those cases, that was very dangerous. So, I've tried everything I know of, and I use a Rain-X on the windshield. It's the plastic Rain-X. Make sure you don't use regular Rain-X on these windshields. But I used a plastic Rain-X that they made, and they helps the water bead off fine, and that's good. But that fogging problem, I don't know where that's coming from or understand that. I talked to some guys who have tall windshields like this or similar to this, and they say they don't have a fogging problem. And I'm thinking like, well, I don't know why I do, but anyway. It's one of those situations where it's not worth dying over to have a windshield that tall. Ideally, your windshield should be so that it's eyeball level, the top of it, so that you can just look over the top of your windshield and see clearly, even if it's fogged up, you can see, And if it's eyeball level, kind of like this right here, you can look down underneath it too. But the wind should be blowing everything up over you anyway. So, what I decided to do was buy another windshield, and there are a lot of different types of motorcycle windshields, and I wanted one where I could adjust it for eyeball level and try that out. So, I'll show you what I found here. Okay, guys, this is the windshield here, and you may recognize it. This is a V-Stream. And it's got a weird design to it. It's not my favorite design or anything like that. But the top of it is squared off. I guess that's one good thing. And it does make a V-style, kind of coming up in a V-style. And the windshield goes down and then comes back out. And V-Stream's been making windshields for decades and decades, and so they have a good idea of aerodynamics and how wind is supposed to blow around you riding a motorcycle. It just gives you an idea that kind of dip that goes in and comes back out. It's kind of strange to me, but all the reviews I read, people either hate it or they love it. So this run about $210, including shipping and handling. It does not have the vent. About $60 more for a vent. I didn't really think I needed a vent on this one because it's not that wide, it's not that tall. And I can use my side wind deflectors on it. These right here to deflect the wind on me if I want to. So we're going to see how this works. And hopefully, it mounts up correctly. I can tell you, I've never taken the Goldwing 1800 windshield off before. I looked at a video on it, but it'll be interesting to see how this new windshield pans out. Like I say, it's kind of an odd design to me, but it's supposed to be, let's see, well, it's got National Cycle V-Stream right here, GL 1800. So, I mean, that's supposed to be the right one, but it's made out of Lexan. People who don't know what Lexan is the hardest plastic in the world, probably. You can get Lexan 1-inch thick, and it'll stop like a 9mm or a 357 bullet. That's the power of Lexan. It's got a scratch-resistant coating on it, and it's 10 times stronger than high-impact acrylic, and 20 times stronger than acrylic plastic itself. And like I said, it's got this coating on it. Let me just show you on cleaning this. If you can read that, you can freeze that. Now you be careful how you clean it, like you do all kind of plastics and stuff like that. But I love my big windshield. It's just that fog issue that I have, like when you're traveling, you can't take the thing off. And I mean, if you just happen to be in really bad weather, you got a problem. Somebody may have a cure for that, I don't know. But especially if you got a rider on the back, that big windshield really just blows air right over them really, really well. So it's just a great windshield. Very hard to find these windshields. I don't even think I'm not sure if they make them anymore this tall or not. But this one looks pretty well mint condition. You can see right through it right there. You know, just a beautiful windshield. I use a can of this stuff. I forgot the name of it. Let me grab it and let me show it to you. Okay, here's what I use on my windshield. This is called Plexus Plastic Cleaner Protectant. They use it on yachts and stuff like that, boats like that. And any kind of windows, plastic windows you see on expensive stuff. And look at the price of this, though. $27.99. Now, there's some cheaper stuff out there that's supposed to be just as good for about $12, I think. But when you're cleaning these kind of windshields, you know, they're expensive anyway, but the windshields, but you want to make sure you use a good cleaner that's made for that plastic, that won't scratch that plastic. And another thing I found with this stuff right here is that I guess a lot of people never think about it. At least I didn't. Your gauges right here, that plastic is very easy. It's very easy to scratch that plastic and stuff. So this stuff works really good with a cloth, microfiber cloth, to wipe your gauges right here. You won't scratch up those gauges either. You know, the plastic part of those gauges. And so it works good on your GPS and anything at all that's got plastic on it, as far as, you know, your gauges and stuff like that, stuff you got to look through. But again, that's Plexus, and I put tape on it just to keep the top of it on it. Make sure top doesn't come off and something presses on it and empties the can accidentally. But yeah, you want to keep your windshield in really good shape, and you know, your gauges. And I use it on my side mirrors too. Okay, guys, just pulling this rubber piece, just flip it back up here out of the way. You got this gap right here, and see where my finger is right here. This is the bolt right here. I think that's 10mm. Put your rag underneath it real well, so that when you unscrew that bolt, that you don't drop it. So that's the bolt, same way on the other side. Okay, maybe you can see that. It don't look like rocket science yet, does it? Okay, here's something you can see a little better. On this side right here, on this rubber piece right here, you've got these grommets here that stick in here, and that's what keeps that stuck down, and this flips over. this piece here. Just want you to see that. Now I've taken the nut off right here, and I've done the other side. So now all we have to do is pull on this right here. See, this pulls up pretty easy right here. And so you see how loose that is now. That's pulled up right there. Now I watched the guy took like a small screwdriver and put a rag over it and stuck it in here, the screwdriver with the rag over it, so you don't chip the paint. I may be able to manipulate that. So anyway, after you do that with the side mirror, now you've got this piece right here. See, all this right here is loose at the top. We just have to get it loose at the bottom, and that'll pull off. Pretty simple so far. This popped up really easy. And I run my hand down through here and finally pull up this part right here. So this piece right here is now loose. Look underneath there, see what we see. Like I said, I have not taken this off before, so something's holding it. Let's see what it is. Okay, this piece right here is what's holding it. And this piece is down. And one thing about too, you know, when you're taking stuff apart, it's always good to have your cell phone and video it so you know how it's supposed to look when you were taking it apart, right? Oh, that looks pretty simple so far, doesn't it? You see the grommet here, you got two here, you got one there, and you got one over here on the other side of the grommet where that kicks in, and this is rotating up here. I'll figure that out in a second. So that's pretty quick right there. To get this far, it's only taking me like to take that bolt off without losing it. Well, I say bolt, nut. Take that nut off and that nut off without losing it, and to pull that up, less than 10 minutes so far, okay? Okay, guys, looks like this bolt here comes out, which should release this piece right here. Let's see if you can see it. This piece right here, which has a bolt holding the front on right here. That's flaring. Okay, see, this raised up now. All right, so take this loose. I think this whole piece should come out. Okay, it was that center bolt and the center screen right here. Took that out. That comes out here, and you see this piece just kind of pendulates. Okay, and put this piece back on. Of course, the front piece right here, what holds that together is going to be that bolt right there. Will hold that in place. Guy that put this one on put this these in here. I don't think that's factory there. One over here, because he told me he raised it up higher. Anyway, so take this one out and all these others that happen to be there, but these two right here, they should come out, and this should come out, and this windshield should lift right off. Okay, guys, use your Allen wrench here for this bolt right here. Turn it to the left. Lefty loosey, righty tight. Left to loosen it. Okay, now I've already turned that, so it's and this piece right here. come out. And then we take a screwdriver and just take out these screws right here. He put those in there. I know that that happened that way. Had to. Okay guys, we've cleaned the dash here. We've cleaned all of this where the windshield goes. We've cleaned this right here real good around the headlights on top. This grommet right here where that whole fascia front cover goes on. This is our rag right here. Pretty dirty. So I really want to make sure that's clean. The other thing is too, because when you slide the windshield up and down, you want to make sure that all this right here is really clean. You can clean that some more. And that way your windshield will be able to slide up and down easily. Okay guys, let's see what else we got to do now. Okay guys, we got the windshield on. Hard to see the line right here. But anyway, we put this insert right here in, and then we put this bolt in. It's loose, we don't want it tight. Put this insert back in, and two bolts here. They're not tight. And you see the insert here. Just slide it in there. And this piece right here, of course, it wants to slide down. That's what it does. So take some of this foam stuff right here to push it up to hold it in place. Okay, kind of like that. And then we take a bolt here and put in here. It doesn't fit like 100% perfect, you know. You're going to have to bend it. Like put this centerpiece in here and bend this end downward to put that bolt in. This end has to be bent downward to put that bolt in. So that's just part of it. Actually, from this point, it doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's not the giant windshield, but we'll see how it goes. And that's the top right here. We've got our insert back in here, bolt here. We got a bolt here. We got them tightened down now. Got a bolt here. Got that tight down. Even though this is tight, this is tight, and this is tight. It only tightens up so tight where it still leaves room for the windshield to slide. So we're going to put the other part on. Remember, the other part has a little bolt right here, and that'll be most of it for the front part of the cover of the fairing. And we've cleaned all of this really good. Okay, remember to put your rags back in here to catch that bolt, that nut, if it happens to fall. Okay. Okay guys, this was the bolt we put back in. We have to tighten that, then we turn this around like that. And this will come down like this, and that'll be kind of the way she looks. And we got grommets here that we found that you have to push this down, and definitely front here, and get them in the grommets. Then we'll work on the mirror. Okay guys, this is the new windshield, the V-Stream, and it is a little different. Oh, well, you can see it. It's pretty clear. This is brand new, but it's pretty wide across here, and it's cut off kind of square at the top right there. And the side view looks like it's warped, right? It comes in, then it comes back. It comes in, then it goes out. So it looks kind of warped looking. But that's the aerodynamic design of the V-Stream here. It's supposed to keep the air off the driver and shoot the wind up over. And I just wrote it. I haven't had a chance to write it that far yet, but or get up any speed and see what it's going to be like, but we're going to find out real quick. V-Stream's been making windshields for decades, and so they know what they're doing, you know. At least I think they do. And I'm doing like 50 miles, 45 miles an hour, and feels fine to me right here. Right up here is where I feel the wind hitting right here. So it's channeling the wind above my head and about 1.5 feet to the left of my head and 1.5 feet to the right of my head. So it's channeling the wind away from me at 40, 45 miles an hour. Now I'm going to see what it does when you're doing like 60, 70, maybe 80.